Welcome back to the Barrel Talk Podcast. This is episode 99. Joined with Isaac Solmeyer, Connor Carson's, Nick Wynn on the call. How we doing?
Yes, sir.
Great. Just trying to get through it, man. This, for my classes, I'm in my hell week where I have an exam or a quiz every day. I had an exam Monday, today, and tomorrow. I have a quiz Thursday, quiz Friday. And then next week, I have 2 practicals, an exam, and a quiz. So, these next 2 stretches, insane.
I'm in a good spot because, so I had a class start, middle of September.
Mm-hmm.
But then, that's where they said the class started. But then I get an email, this is in, October at this point. So I've been doing, work for the class. And it's online. I get email just to let everybody know and clarify that we are only in, week 1. At the start of, because the class didn't officially start till October, I guess.
Oh.
But they said it started till the 15th. Yeah, I texted, I emailed my professor, and I'm like, because there's no due dates on anything, I'm just, doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, she emails me back, yeah, technically right now we're on week 2. Basically, end of week 1.
And you're like, oh.
Work-wise, I'm in the middle of week 4.
Yeah.
So, I don't,
weeks ahead. Let's get it.
I'm weeks ahead, so, I'm chilling right now.
After this stretch, it'll be some smooth sailing, but it's just midterms are just brutal.
Yeah.
So I'm exhausted, but I'm ready to unwind and talk some football.
See, I'm not in school, so I don't have to worry about all that.
Oh, man. God.
Do not have to worry about any of that.
I can't wait.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I miss my gap year.
You can just work. And that's it.
Yeah, my gap year was such a vibe. Oh man, it was great. I just stacked, made money. Oh,
yep.
I had available funds.
Yeah, but sloppy weekend of football
from a lot of teams.
Including the Barrel Talk team. How'd that parlay look?
I don't know what y'all on. Everybody want to be different with these plays. Keep it simple. For one, I wake up, realize the bet's already fucking dead.
Will be pissing me off.
So we see the bet's already dead because Zay Flowers
didn't matter.
But we'll talk about that Thursday on the betting episode.
Yeah, just tough performances all around.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But we can kind of get into our power rankings, something that we'll kind of talk about week to week because they are pretty fluid and different. We won't make our own power rankings, but we're all combined. Talk about one, put a team in a certain spot, and then we'll move on. We'll post a graphic on our Twitter at Barrel Talk. But we can get into the 10th spot.
Mm-hmm. I had the Ravens.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put the Ravens. They might fall out of mine. I'm only going to keep them there just because they're winning the division right now. Mm-hmm. But they look like absolute shit.
Yeah, it's that red zone offense. Yeah, that red zone offense is just tough. I don't know if their OC is scared to let Lamar loose in the short window thing, and because they're trying to just power run it in every time and just try and have Lamar create some with his legs, which he does very well, but in the red zone when the defense is able to force down, it's a lot more difficult. Thank God you have Justin Tucker though.
Yeah, that does help them because you can you get anywhere on the opposing side of the field and then you're pretty fine.
Yeah. For
the most part. But I have the Ravens still on mine, just higher. Because at my 10th spot, I do have the Browns.
Yeah,
I do have the big win against the 49ers. That defense is special, the top in the league by far, pretty much. I'm going to put them on here. I don't have them higher because of their offense, and we'll talk about it later when we talk about disappointing players, but I just think defensively they deserve to get on the list. I mean, beating the Niners, yes, it was bad conditions. They didn't have CMC or Debo, but able to really shut them down throughout most of the game and come out with a win with a backup quarterback. Super impressive against the undefeated team. I have to give them love, put them at 10.
Yeah, and
the Browns played really, really good. I had the Seahawks at 10.
I like it.
Okay.
They had a bye this week, right?
Just feels like they've just been sitting around there the whole year. Good wild card team. Geno's kind of struggling recently, but I think the defense has been playing really well. Those 2 corners are playing great. And it just kind of keeps them up there.
Yeah, this draft was loaded with cornerbacks. I mean, Witherspoon, and then Gonzalez was great before he got hurt. Emmanuel Forbes, I'm still not out on. He's just had some tough matchups. I think long term, he projects to be fine. But yeah, the Seahawks are a good pick there. they play a good brand of football where it's defensive and they lock down. And just Geno Smith, he's a better quarterback than what he's playing like recently. I feel like. I
think so too, and I think Kenneth Walker. I don't think they give him enough love. I think he should be getting even more work.
He's so good. He's so good. You've been trying to trade for him in fantasy, so you know his value.
Yeah.
Let Pete Carroll know.
I kept them off the list just because they did take a loss this week to the Bengals in a game where they should have easily won. You have 3 to 4 red zone trips and you don't convert on any of them, and then you just end the game on downs. Like
the ending, like the final like 2.5 minutes was like.
I didn't see the ending. I don't even know what happened.
Just crazy things going on for the Seahawks. Them just bad play calling. Like they just didn't. They could not get in the end zone to save their life.
I feel like that was the story all weekend.
The Bengals are like so lucky they were up 4.
Yeah.
Like because that game would have been done. We would have been in overtime, like worrying about. But since the Bengals are up 4, like I mean, credit to their defense. They teed up at the end in the red zone. But it was more the Seahawks offense just being bad.
Yeah. But I don't have them on the list. I mean, they're not far. They'd be like 11 or 12. But
I had like the Browns at like 11 or 12.
Okay.
I had the Seahawks at 9. So.
And I have the Ravens at 9.
Yeah.
So are we good to put the Ravens at 10?
Yeah, that's fine.
That works for me.
So who did y'all have at 9?
Seahawks.
I had the Ravens.
I had the Dallas Cowboys.
At 9.
See, I just can't agree with that.
No? Well, I adjusted my list from last week, so that might be biased, but I don't know. You got Micah Parsons.
So did I.
Got
that 9 is.
I have the Bills at 9.
That's also crazy. What the fuck are you guys doing?
That's pretty low for the Bills.
You lose to the Jags.
You guys are both kind of going crazy.
Yeah, why are we trying to be different?
I
got the Bills
Nick, I hate
not
this.
9.
We're not going to agree on that.
I know we're not going to agree on it.
Oh, okay.
I also put it that way because I knew we weren't going to agree on it, so I could talk about why I have them at 9.
Oh, you did it just for the sake of argument?
Yes, I did.
What?
But when you're looking at the Bills, you lose to the Jags in London. Okay, whatever. Jags are also a good team. And then you get to the point where the spread. You're playing the Giants.
Stop. You can't bring in the spread into this.
Okay, I won't bring up the spread. A backup quarterback with the Giants who have looked absolutely fucking horrible.
You can't. They won.
I know they won.
They can look bad as they want, but they won.
They won.
Same with the Cowboys. They can look bad as they want. They won.
And
I know they did win.
They played a tough team. The
Cowboys
Chargers though
makes more sense than I think the Bills.
I have the Bills. The teams above the Bills, I think, in the past 2 weeks have been better than the Bills. Even though the Bills won.
Bills, in the past, it's just a weird stat. The Bills have had like only 7 points in the past 2 weeks going into like only 5 minutes left in the game. So their offense is just not doing anything in the first 45 minutes of the game.
But 9?
Nine's a bit
low.
No,
weren't they at like 3 last week?
Yeah.
I think 9's a little low.
Spoiler alert.
Could be a little low, but...
I do, but I'm definitely a little worried about the Bills.
It's just... Their offense should be a lot better than what it actually is. But when I understand you're going to feed Stephon Diggs, that's your guy, you're going to feed him. But when it gets to a point in the game where you can't just force feed Stephon Diggs and nobody else has a rhythm on offense, and then your offense is kind of stuck because nobody else has a rhythm besides Stephon Diggs, I understand that it's your guy. I understand that is Josh Allen's problem. He only looks at Stephon Diggs. And like your run game gets shut down by the Giants. Nobody else in your receiver room had any kind of momentum. The Giants just... You kept the Giants in the game for no reason, and if they didn't fuck up at halftime, they probably would have lost that game.
Oh, they would have for sure. But I think that them being at 9 is just fucking crazy because they're going to come out... Because the next... I don't care who they play. It doesn't matter. They're probably going to win. And then somehow you're going to jump them back up to 3.
No, they... until I see them have a bigger, like a more solidified win, I don't see them getting into my personal top 5.
And here's the thing, I'm not even like saying you're crazy because I like I said, I have the Bills a little bit lower. But just I already know you're gonna have the Dolphins in the top 4. And just 2 weeks ago, they beat the Dolphins by like I don't even remember, a lot.
It's more so my personal viewment of the Bills.
Yeah, I get it. It's just weird, that's just how it works sometimes.
It sucks because like yes, the Bills just beat the Dolphins, but I don't have the Dolphins.
Now they're looking like shit against the Jags.
Yeah, like, and then they're the most inconsistent team. Them and the Cowboys. It's either the Cowboys and the Bills are like these surefire like teams that look like Super Bowl contenders, or you're like God damn, they're not even better than like a team like the Chargers.
What'd you have them last week?
I can go look.
So this would have been after. When did we do power rankings last? Last week?
Yeah.
So then,
we had like the Bills high last
or was
week.
it last 2 weeks?
Because it was coming off
ago.
the Dolphins win.
So it's 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago.
Okay, what'd you have them at?
Like top 5. Like
I think I had them at 3 or something.
Yeah.
9? That's such a crazy drop.
Like 2 weeks ago.
That's such a crazy drop with all the teams that played so bad this weekend.
It's also because
there's a lot of bad football.
That's what I
played,
mean.
man.
That's why I think it's so weird. Because you had teams on here that like the 49ers lost, the Eagles lost, like
the Chiefs played terrible.
The
against
Chiefs
the Broncos.
look like shit. Like the Cowboys look bad. That's why I think it's so crazy for them to have that big of a drop. Like I get dropping them. I mean, I dropped them too, but like all the way down to like
you
9?
could damn near argue a drop for like every team on here because of.
I think 9 is just a crazy drop. I think that's too far.
Well, okay.
I think that's too far for a game that they won and then they lost to the obviously probably the winner of another division.
Then they have a close game. I consider the Bills a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, so do I. So they lose to a team in the AFC that's going to win their division in the Jags in London. That's damn near a home game for the Jags. So whatever. And then they just beat the Giants. Yeah, it looked like shit.
And
they still won.
And I understand like the point of power rankings is like how the team is playing like right now in this like exact moment. But 9?
I think that's a huge drop.
I have teams above them. Like the only 2 teams that you could flip, in my opinion, because above them, like I couldn't decide is like the Ravens and Bills. Like I have them at 8 and 9. Those are my
Ravens should have taken the biggest drop. They are shit. They are bad for how good they are, if that makes sense. They are bad for how.
I feel like their issues are solvable. Though.
Their
defense is good.
I know, but damn, dude, Lamar, like, but damn, Lamar,
come on, bro.
Lamar,
those receivers are not helping him though.
Play football, like
his receivers aren't helping. I know, but like,
you guys have pieces.
He's not playing like his contract is worth.
No, like I don't understand, but I the Cowboys drop is kind of crazy too. Like Cowboys and Bills are kind of
so you said
same.
I do have the Bills and the Cowboys like back to back.
Yeah,
Seahawks weren't on my list.
I was looking over my list. I realized I had the Ravens twice, so the Seahawks are back on my list.
Yeah,
Cowboys at 9. I mean, yeah, they played a tough game. Yeah, they
won.
Are you saying like they dropped too far?
How? Yeah, honestly, if you had them in like the top 4. I don't know where you had them.
I didn't
last
have them
week,
in the top 4
or whenever we did this last.
He had them at like 5 or 6.
So you drop them down to 9. If you had them at 6 to 9, that's whatever.
Well, I had this. You know what? Maybe the Seahawks and the Cowboys. We could swap them.
I think I'd put the Cowboys above the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
So Nick, who'd you have at 9?
At 9, I had the Ravens.
Yeah. Me and Nick have the same 2.
I'd put the Seahawks at 9.
So are we going to go Seahawks at 9?
Are we going Seahawks, Ravens? The top for 10-9?
Yeah.
Or are we going
Ravens,
or was
Seahawks?
it Ravens, not
I think
Ravens,
it's
Seahawks?
Ravens, Seahawks.
Yeah, so Ravens at 10, Seahawks at 9.
Yeah,
and then
there we go.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, because the Seahawks did lose to the Bengals, right?
Yes.
So then the Cowboys won, so putting the Cowboys over the Seahawks makes sense.
True.
Are we good with the Cowboys at 8? Or should
Hell
they be
no,
higher?
I got the Jags at 8.
Hell no, I got the Bengals at 8.
Bengals over the Ravens?
Hell yes.
Really?
The Bengals look 1,000 times better than the Ravens right now. I think the Bengals are going to... I think I said it last week. The Bengals are going to hit the stride. This is where they go. Now we go. Like, Jamar Chase, I'm always fucking open. Joe Burrow looks fine now. I get it. The Seahawks played him a little hard. But that defense teed up. I think they're going to be good.
I have the Bengals at 8.
Yep.
I did not have the Bengals on my list. And
Neither do I.
Yep. And I saw Joe Burrow. That is not a healthy guy. That is not a player I trust long term.
That's Joe Burrow.
They're getting very bailed out by the defense.
Oh yeah, their defense is playing. Their defense is playing really good.
I'm saying like
no, I had the Bengals at 7.
I had
the Ravens at 8. Because I'm fine with putting the Bengals at 8 if we agree on it.
Yeah, I suppose. But that calf injury, that is something to be worried about.
I'm also fine with
he is bracing.
Possible change because of the team I have above them.
You got the Jags at 7?
Yeah.
I don't even
have the Jags on my list.
Yeah. Come on. Put some respect on the Jags.
I had the Jags at 7.
I don't even have them on my list.
2 back-to-back wins. It should be 3, but Trevor Lawrence probably won't play on Thursday.
He's not going to play, and they're going to lose.
So...
All right, so 2 of us have the Jags on it. 2 of us don't have the Jags. 2 of us have the Bengals. 2 of us don't have the Bengals.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Who has the best argument for the Bengals against the Jags?
I think the Bengals are just going to hit the stride.
Yeah, but they're gonna hit the stride, but have they hit the stride yet?
I think they're hitting it right now.
Yeah,
I think they're in the stride.
Should they be on it though?
I think
After
so.
the Jags picking up back-to-back wins,
the Jags are going to lose on Thursday,
They
and we don't know how long they're going to be out.
Their QB is going to be out.
Who knows if they're gonna lose? Okay, let's not look at the Saints like they're fucking some. They're playing the fucking Niners.
Oh my bad.
Solid.
Hold on, CJ Beathard's gonna walk in there and just light things up.
Oh, it's CJ Beathard. Oh, Jags are away.
He's just gonna walk in there and light things up. They're probably gonna lose on Thursday.
Nah,
yeah, but we're talking about PowerRankings after week 6.
I'm saying
that's week 7 for me.
CJ Beathard is the best backup quarterback.
I think the Bengals have everything going for them right now. I think they have the better offense, the better defense, probably the easier schedule. They're going.
If we're looking,
I don't care if
how they
you guys
project
put the Jags on there.
right
I'm just
now,
making my argument.
The truest term of like power rankings, you got to go Bengals just because Trevor Lawrence is hurt. So I'm good with putting the Bengals at 8.
If we're going with Trevor Lawrence being hurt, then yeah, you can put Cincinnati in there.
I have the Bengals at 8 already. I'm just trying to
let's put the Bengals on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make an argument for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, with Trevor Lawrence being out, that's
let's
the
go.
catalyst
So
of
we
that
have to
whole
put the
team.
Jags at
My
7.
clown ass. Look who they play next week.
The Niners.
Oh, Bengals Niners.
So are we going?
Oh no, they're.
Jags
I would
at
still
7?
go. I'd still go.
I thought we were
Bengals.
going Jags off the list with that.
I don't care where you guys put the Jags. I just don't have
put
them.
the Jags at 7.
Who do I got? Wait.
I just don't have them on my list.
I got the Cowboys at 7.
No,
Interesting. I still got the Cowboys high up.
that's fair.
I think I got it. We have to give love to the Jags here.
You could put the Jags on there.
I think we have to go Jags at 7.
Then do you want to go? So you're just gonna keep the Bengals off the list?
Bengals
No,
are 8.
I thought. Well, I think we're. Did we conclude that the Bengals are above the Jags?
I think the Bengals should be above the
Bengals 7,
Jags.
Jags 8.
That makes sense given the.
You can have the Jags on the list, but I think the Bengals are better than them.
So are we gonna go Bengals at 7?
You go Ravens, Seahawks, Jags, Bengals.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then
there you go.
we're at what, 7?
6.
6?
Bengals would be 7.
Well, fuck. Then that fucks up my list.
Dude, we're missing. Dude, we're gonna have a weird ass team not make it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We gotta take one of those teams out.
The 4.
We gotta cut one
It's
down.
got to be the Jags, right?
It'd be the Jags.
It's got to be the Jags with the
Are
injury.
we cutting the Jags out? Or are we
Didn't
Are we really
realize-
gonna cut the Jags out, but keep the Seahawks and the Ravens?
My bad. They can
Yeah,
be
no,
on
no,
there at
get the
11.
Seahawks
Then
out.
they can be on 11. My bad.
Jags gonna be the
Then take the
honorable mention.
Seahawks out. Yeah.
I think
cut
we
the
should take the
Seahawks
Seahawks out.
Everyone
Alright, take
moves
the
down
Seahawks
when
out.
Seahawks are 11.
So Jags are 9, Bengals are 8.
Yep.
Now we're on 7.
I got the Lions at 7.
Wow. That's low. I got the Cowboys at 7.
That's low as fuck.
Yeah, I forgot about the Jaguars injury. Lions are low. I had the Jaguars,
I got
but
the Lions at 7.
neglecting. I forgot about the injury, so that changes things. So I'm good with. I mean, Lions at 7's a bit low. The Lions are playing some good football.
It's a bit low.
David Montgomery's injury hurts a lot.
It's a
They
bit low, but
they will have Gibbs coming back.
I've yet to see the Lions play a fully healthy good team. If they, again, I think they probably lose that first game against the Chiefs if they're fully healthy. I know the Chiefs haven't looked that good, but the Lions have played like quarterbacks, and their like overall record is like 5-30, like starting quarterbacks right now. So they're going through that spell of playing like really bad teams and like just beating the shit out of them like they're supposed to. I think the best win they had was against the Chiefs, and then they played the Bucks, and then after that was just they lost to the Seahawks. And then I think it's just a bunch of other teams.
There's a world where they're undefeated right now.
Yeah, but I think that they're. I'm not gonna say they're like the Steelers when they were going like in their little run when they were undefeated, because they were just playing a bunch of bad teams.
So they've played. So they got the win against the Chiefs.
Yep.
The OT loss against the Lions. I mean the Seahawks. Dominant win against the Falcons.
Falcons aren't good.
Beat the shit out of the Packers.
Packers aren't good.
Beat the Panthers.
Panthers are awful.
Then they just got done handling the Bucks, and
The Bucks are all right.
The Bucks are okay. And then
that's
they got.
fair.
And no, that game should have been a lot closer.
And they didn't even like beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. And then
Because they were wearing the creamsicles.
they got the Ravens this weekend.
That'll be a good game.
in
I'm good
Baltimore.
with
It should be a good game, but I think the Lions are probably going to win that game. But I still got them at 7.
I think the Lions might kill them.
I don't know if they'll kill them. It's in
I don't
Baltimore.
know. They might.
I don't know. If
The
they'll
Lions
kill
have been
them. That
looking
defense
insane.
is
The
pretty
Lions'
good.
The Ravens
offense
might
looks pretty
score
good.
less than
They're losing
15
David
points.
Montgomery, which is huge.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how
This
big
is
that
time
is
for
for them.
Jahmyr Gibbs to hoop.
Jahmyr Gibbs needs to turn up now.
Craig Reynolds did look really good.
I think them at 7 isn't like crazy.
When is
Yeah, I guess
Jared Goff gonna start getting some MVP love?
When they get 10 fucking wins.
If they keep on winning,
Yeah.
Keep winning.
You have to. Just like the Brock Purdy thing. Like if they win 13 or 14 games, he's going to get talked about
if
it.
they go into Baltimore and like
beat them,
mop them,
like convincingly,
Yeah.
there'll be
it'll
some
be real.
combos. There'll be some combos in Baltimore.
because their stretch after they play the Ravens, they got
Us.
the Raiders at home, then they go to the Chargers.
Yeah, that's a winnable
That's a-
game.
That's a good game.
Tough game, though.
Then there's this stretch, they're gonna fuck around. If they win against the Ravens, they're gonna fuck around and win like damn near 12 games.
Yeah.
They got Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos,
Oof.
Vikings. Then you got the Cowboys, and then the Vikings in the last game of the year.
Yep.
They probably
Wow.
yeah. So
That stretch is going to be a lot.
Easy ass
It's going to be
schedule.
very crazy.
yeah, but
I got them at 7.
you got them at 7. Who'd you?
I had the Jags, so I'm good with the Lions at 7. You make a good point that David Montgomery injury is huge.
Since Nick had the Cowboys, I could argue the Lions should be higher.
I had the
I
Lions
think
at
the Lions
the
beat the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I had
It's
the
just like
Lions
I look
at
at
5,
it's
though.
just when you look at the power rankings, it's so like,
Oh.
all right, these teams
Wait.
above them.
Yeah, we don't
Like,
have the Cowboys yet.
If,
Yeah.
It'd be like if the Lions played these teams above them, like would the Lions hold their own or even win? And
I
I'm
think-
like, a couple of these teams, like no.
I think the
Like
Lions.
I'm saying, yes. Like I think they beat the Cowboys.
But
Yeah,
yes,
so I think we should put the Cowboys at 7.
I think the Cowboys should go to 7.
I don't think they beat the Cowboys.
I'm going
they
Cowboys
do.
at 7.
Yeah,
I don't
Cowboys
hate
at
it,
7.
but fuck, that's gonna fuck my thing up then.
So are we going
We're
Cowboys at 7?
Yeah, I like that because I think the Lions would beat the Cowboys right now.
Yes, I think the Lions could possibly beat. I
Now-
think the Cowboys could fuck around right now and be the second best team in the NFC.
So here's where my list starts to make a bit more sense. I feel like Bills at 6 for me.
Okay.
I also have the Bills at 6.
I have the Bills at 5, but
We can go-
I would be willing to drop down.
We could go Bills up 6.
Who'd you have?
'Cause I think the Lions could beat the Bills.
I have the Chiefs. I have the
I
Chiefs
do
at
too.
6.
Yeah, the Chiefs at 6.
I have the Chiefs at 6.
Jesus.
Really?
But technically,
Interesting. I mean,
That's
technically
Christ.
they'd be
I got-
technically they'd be 5 now if we're
I had
going.
well, technically, I had the Eagles at 6.
Yeah.
So
So now mine would be to the Bills would be 6. I don't know. Mine's all skewed now.
Yeah.
Are the Lions like that high up for you guys? That's just gonna fuck my thing up.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
kinda.
makes sense.
I'm big on the Lions. I had them at 5.
So we're at 5 now. This is where I had the Cowboys still.
And this
So
is
I
where
technically I have the Chiefs at 5.
I had the Lions at 5.
Okay.
I had the Lions at 5.
And I think the Lions should go here because
Yeah.
I don't think the Lions are better than the Chiefs.
I don't think the Lions are better than the Eagles.
Nope. And I don't think they're better than San
I
Francisco.
think it'd be a really good game, but I'm taking the Eagles slightly.
I think I'm taking the Dolphins too. So, yeah, Lions at 6.
Lions at 5.
5. Yep, that's 5. So then 4.
I have the Cowboys at 4.
Okay.
I have KC at 4.
I had
I got the
Philly.
Eagles at 4.
Hey,
I think. Well, I had the Eagles at 6, so I'm fine putting them at 4.
Yeah, I am too.
it's Jalen Hurts he just has not looked like
Mine's
the same
gonna be
guy.
Yeah, he has
mine's
not
gonna be
looked good.
skewed.
So we got Philly at 4, and they've had a lot of injuries at cornerback too. That was already a thin position for Philly. So
Yeah, and then they said, "Hey, let's go sign Julio."
let's go. Yeah,
For no
that'll-
reason.
that'll
For
be
no
secondary.
reason.
He just wanted the
Him
Kelly
and-
Greens.
him
He
and
wants the Kelly Greens.
Him
Yeah.
and the Kelly Greens.
He wants the
look
Kelly
fire.
Green. They're using them this week.
So
Who
Eagles.
do they play?
Who do they play?
I do not know. That is a good question.
That's a great question.
Who are we talking about?
Well,
Who
they
do
got
the
they
Eagles
got to be
play?
at home, right?
Yeah.
They play the Dolphins
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
next
they do. Sunday night.
Sunday night.
That'll be a good game.
So the
That'll be a W jersey matchup.
So at 3,
I had the Kansas City Chiefs at 3.
I had the Eagles at 3, but we're putting them at 4.
1 second. I got the Dolphins at 3.
I'm fine with the
I'm fine with the
we
Dolphins.
have
I had the
Niners.
Dolphins at 2.
Niners, KC, and Dolphins are amongst these 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
Are we going to be missing a team?
no.
No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Because we removed the one already.
Yeah.
Good foresight.
So at 3,
I got Dolphins at 3. I got Chiefs at 2, and I got Niners at 1.
I still have the Niners at 1.
I still have the Niners at 1.
Okay, so glad
Niners are still 1, yeah.
I got the Dolphins at 2, though.
See,
So
and that's the thing.
you're going Dolphins over Chiefs?
I do too.
I got the Dolphins.
You
Yeah,
might be
I'm
right,
going
low
Dolphins
key.
over
that,
Chiefs.
that defense is starting to piece it together. The offense
They're
is
going to get
get
Jalen Ramsey back.
crazy elite.
You might be right.
Dolphins at 2.
I mean, what was
Okay, I'm okay with that.
And then KC at 3.
Mike McDaniel? He was being sarcastic about it. It was like, oh, offensive output through 5 games. That's what we've been looking for.
Yeah.
But like,
I saw that.
seriously though, that is impressive. Tyreek Hill's on pace for like 2,300 yards. This offense is like we haven't seen something like this in a long time.
I had the Lions in my top 4.
I like it. I had them at 5.
I think the Lions are like for real. They're gonna be at home for the playoffs. And I think they're gonna beat whoever they have in their first round matchup.
And they have a strong pass rush, especially with Aiden Hutchinson. So they can put pressure on any QB that comes in. They have like a good defense.
It's their defense why I'm so high on them. Like they're shutting teams out, even though they're not the greatest of teams. Like they're like handling their business. If they go into Baltimore and pick up a big win,
it'll be interesting because this is.
I think they have the ideal offense too.
Yeah, they do.
They have like Sam Laporta, who's an upcoming tight end, who's just going to be top 5 tight end for years now.
Fuck yeah.
They have a solid O-line.
Amon-Ra, they got Jameson Williams who's coming back and be that huge deep threat.
This will be their this will be the hardest
Gibbs.
defense that they've played for sure.
And it very well may be the hardest defense they play.
Yeah.
It would be Cowboys because they play Cowboys end of the year and then they got the Ravens now.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be these 2 games and then like Chargers will be a tough one.
If the Ravens go and like look good, then you got my vote, bro. Like y'all go all the way. Go to the Super Bowl. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm all on the Lions. Yeah, because
if you can go in there, if Jared Goff can go in there and torch this like damn near like top 7 defense, like do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I want to see it. These corners, they're playing good corners. I mean, yeah, I really like Jameson Williams. I'm glad they got him back. And then Gibbs is going to step up.
I think he will. I just think it's tough because of like, it's also because Montgomery was just fucking playing so good.
Yeah, he was playing awesome.
There. Like, there was games where Montgomery was just average, like 10 yards of fucking every time he touched the rock.
Everything.
So
and that's what he was brought in for. Dan Campbell said he's going to get 25, 30 touches a game.
And it's crazy to think that, because it's kind of going to like the things we've learned from week 6 this past week. Like, Gibbs also, like, they have a dual back system that are opposite playing styles of backs that fits the offense so well. Because Jahmyr Gibbs, like, even though like it might not look like fantasy numbers wise, like Jahmyr Gibbs is like not playing good, Jahmyr Gibbs is still averaging good yards for every time he touches the ball. It's just like he's not getting
because they just want to use him as a pass catcher.
Yeah,
and I'm like, he was doing it all at Georgia. Like I'm pretty sure it was Alabama. I think he went to Georgia, but he was doing it all.
Was he a transfer?
No, he probably did go to Bama, but he was doing it all in college. But I don't know why they just think that he needs to come in as a fucking pass catcher. Like they want to. I think he could be like an Alvin Kamara type player, and like he can just do it all. Like he's your every down back.
Georgia Tech. He played a year at Georgia Tech, then transferred to Alabama.
Okay, there we go.
It's also, I feel like, because he is a rookie. Like, he's coming into a good team, a good situation with David Montgomery, who's a veteran running back, who's, like, been eating. So I can't get mad. And Gibbs didn't even play this past week. But this is the time. With Montgomery out, I don't know how long it is. Probably, like, a
couple weeks.
So this is time for, like, if they get Gibbs, like, really involved and get him working, then you bring back Montgomery with already everything they got going on offense, like defenses are going to have a fucking fit dealing with this offense because it's like you have so many mouths to feed.
That O-line is so good.
Yes.
Their O-line is fucking awesome.
And then your defense is really good.
So are we learning that the Lions are no joke?
They're not.
See, I think we knew it, though. Like, everything that's happening with the Lions, like, I'm not like, oh my god. Like, we knew that a lot of people had them winning the division. Like, we knew from last year when they almost made the playoffs that they should have been in, and they're a playoff caliber team. They can beat these good teams. So I think that what they're doing is not like shocking, but I think it's cool to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
as a football fan, it is cool to see the Lions do good.
They're
meeting expectations.
Yes, they are meeting expectations. Now, if they get to like 9-1 or something crazy like that, yeah, that's like, well, holy shit.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Because it's really interesting to like look. It's the excitement factor because the NFC, you're looking at Niners, Eagles, Cowboys, and then really like roster wise going into this year, we knew the Lions could have potential, but like looking at the other teams, they were a step below those three teams, and it was really a 3-team race.
Your playoffs looking like right now is like Lions, Bucks, maybe Saints, and then like Cowboys, Eagles,
and then Niners.
There you go. There's your thing.
And like now it's to the point where I'm looking at like how they're playing right now. Obviously they've played different teams and shit, but the Lions are on the same level as the Cowboys. Like there's nothing that the Cowboys have brought to me this season that makes me think that they're a whole step above the Lions anymore.
No, I would not want to be a top team like the Eagles or San Francisco and go and play the Lions, even as the home team there. Like, that is not a team I'd want to face in the playoffs.
I think people would look down on them for sure, and then they would like be like, okay,
yeah, and
the Lions would score in like 2 plays, and you'd be like, oh fuck,
they've got
like,
fast
hey,
offense,
we should probably
solid defense. They're coached well.
Dan Campbell is such a good coach. He's gonna win Coach of the Year.
He's gonna
if they win, if they go to the playoffs, he's gonna. I think it's gonna be unanimous.
Yeah,
because there's no other teams that are like. It usually just goes to a team that just like randomly makes the playoffs, like a shocking team, like makes the biggest jump.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they're gonna go from I think they had eight wins last year, and then now they're gonna go to like possibly like 12.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty big jump.
And that 8 is huge for them.
With winning the division and everything, yeah, I think he would be unanimous.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see, honestly. But another thing we've learned, the Chargers will just not figure it out.
I don't understand what the fuck the problem is with the Chargers.
I mean,
they're another team who get better and get worse.
They take one step forward one week and then 2 steps back the next.
It's just so weird. Herbert, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking problem is. He looked bad last night. He
was dealing with the injury, but it's also like they were playing a good defense in the Cowboys.
That does not affect him like at all.
You're talking about
some of these throws.
You're talking about the injury, or I was talking more so about the them playing the Cowboys.
Oh, I'm just talking about his finger.
Okay,
like this is your finger on your non-throwing hand. Yeah. Like I get you have a splint on it under the glove or whatever, but so it kind of maybe. If he goes to like grab the ball with 2 hands, like it might fuck it up a little bit. But some of these throws, he was just overthrowing the fuck out of everybody.
Keenan Allen
he had Keenan Allen for like 40 yards on one play.
Yep.
Like
he does have in the fourth quarter the most interceptions.
Yeah, he just doesn't have. I guess he doesn't have the clutch gene. I mean, I see it on Twitter all the time.
And he starts to lapse in his decision making. He stays with his first read.
They said Justin Herbert's a social media quarterback.
Oh,
that's false.
They said he's Subway boy.
Crazy throws though.
That's crazy.
There was I don't know if it was this game or last week. The one throw where he had like the sidearm as the guy's coming at him. Just like a flicker. Come on.
That was yesterday.
He's still what 3rd, 4th year in this league
He just got paid.
So this is 4th.
So this would have been I think this is his 4th year.
So yeah, I mean, playing quarterback is hard. It takes a long time to like learn. So I think he's still learning, and there's a lot to be learned this season.
Was he in the Burrow class?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going into like Burrow, Tua, Herbert.
Jesus.
Right. That's what a class.
Jordan Love.
So yeah, Tua's just now really figuring it out.
Yeah.
And you gotta think, figuring out. Well, he adds Tyreek Hill and then Mike McDaniel.
That helps.
2 years. This is all coaching, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
we've known this.
I mean, you can tell why quarterbacks thrive so much is the coaching. Like, I mean, look at Brock Purdy; he's doing super good. Jalen Hurts did so good last year because all the coaches he had around him. And then he loses the OC and looks like fucking shit now.
And it's crazy to think because like it's like 95% coaching, other 5 goes to Justin Herbert. Because like if you're thinking about better coaching situations, you put Justin Herbert on.
I don't think 5% is on him.
I don't know,
he does have to go out there and play.
No, I know that, but like
I get what you're saying.
From like past experiences, like we've seen Brandon Staley find ways to lose games.
I don't understand. Brandon Staley wakes up every morning and wants to get fired.
They should really only have 3-3.
2-4.
2-4. They should really be They should really be 1-5.
3-3 makes sense though.
2-3. They had a
2-3
last week.
Yeah, they had their bye already.
2-3. They should really be 1-4 because they could have lost that game to the Vikings.
They could have easily lost that game.
Brandon Staley did.
It's just like he loves the thrill of just like almost getting fired. He's just like, oh my god, I want to get fired so bad. Like 4th and 1 in my own territory, fuck it. And then he doesn't get. He's like, oh.
I just don't. I don't understand. I'm never one to call for somebody's job, but like, how does he? You blow.
It's because they do so like upper mid every season.
Yeah, but
like they finish too good to fire him.
Yeah, they'll finish with like 8 or 9 wins every season.
Make playoffs
barely maybe make the playoffs.
Up 27-0 on the Jags. That game should have been.
That was crazy.
With.
Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions in like the first half.
Yes,
and then you guys just lose.
And it's just like, I put that on coaching. You know, like you gotta make sure if you see the Jags starting to get momentum and make a run, you got.
There's going to be a lot of coaches on the hot seat,
apparently,
especially this year.
Their owners are really cheap, and Brandon Staley's super cheap.
I believe it.
Contract-wise.
You get what you pay for.
There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks on the hot seat. Not quarterbacks, coaches on the hot seat.
I just think because Herbert has all the talent. Like it's there. It's just like you see him make a run, and then it's like, oh, they lose. They lose this game.
What was your
stat?
You had 0-11.
It's like he's never had a game-winning drive. I don't think. No. Like not yet.
So we've
every
learned.
time he fucks it up. Like I think it's an interception. Yeah. Most of the time it's on his fault.
Yeah.
Or it's his fault.
So what we learned is that the Chargers do not have the juice.
If the Chargers get into a close game at the end and they're losing, they will lose. They will not come down and win.
They are not clutch. They are the Sixers of the NBA.
I would say that's the take.
What?
I was gonna make a graphic of like what we think about it. Chargers aren't clutch.
Chargers are not clutch.
Because I was like, wow, we're really funny.
Actually, change that. Connor, Justin Herbert is not clutch. There you go. Don't even say Chargers. I just say Justin Herbert.
I was like, man, we're really gonna get an OT game on prime time. I'm here for this.
Social media quarterback.
I ain't gonna go that far. But another thing, we'll go ahead.
I was gonna say we've learned that there is a clear difference in like good and bad, and then like ass teams.
Yeah.
Patriots and Panthers.
If we were taking if we had like the tier system, it's like A, B, whatever, and then there's just trash.
Yeah.
It's just like Patriots, Panthers, Bears.
I think the Broncos. I think that they're a step up. The Broncos, Commanders, Giants. I think that the way that they
there was like stinky trash and then just trash.
No, because they played the Bills tight. The Giants did. They played the Chiefs tight. The Broncos did. Patriots, they're not doing that. They're getting crushed by the Chiefs.
The Broncos let up 70.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, never mind. Broncos back down to
Panthers and Patriots 70. Tour. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 teams that are just in the. But they're like, all right, wrap it up. Yeah. Like next year, we're ready.
And I think what we can learn from this is there's probably at any given moment like 20 NFL caliber quarterbacks that exist. Like there are not teams that have a quarterback who should be starting for their team. Like Mac Jones is not good enough to start.
I got it because this is one of the things we've also learned. I can wrap in because we hopped on this quarterback talk.
Yeah, like
Desmond Ritter
is another
not
guy.
that guy.
Stop.
They should have won that
Justin
game.
Fields, another guy.
Stop. Desmond Ritter.
What?
It's not his fault.
So it's not.
I see Desmond Ritter make some
Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robbins. Are you kidding me?
It's not his fault.
It's
the coaching.
That defense
is the coaching.
It's the coaching.
It's the coach. We just talked about it. It's coaching.
No.
It's the coach. No.
It's the coaching.
No.
Fuck. That's just one game.
It's your guy though.
It is. I gotta back him. I'm backing him. That's my guy. Like,
wait, were they at home?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's the first time he's ever lost a home game ever in his football career.
God.
High school, college, NFL. His first time, and he lost to Sam fucking Howell.
Yep.
They lost by a touchdown, but they had like 3 chances to win that fucking game.
Yeah, he fucked him up all 3 straight times.
There was one interception. I didn't see the other. He threw 3. So then there was one. I saw the one where he just threw the one in the end zone and it got intercepted. I didn't see the other 2, so I don't know how bad they were. But Zoe told me they were all on him, so that makes the most sense. I mean, fuck. What? He's supposed to be your guy. What are you supposed to do? Like,
he's not. I think they know he's not their guy.
This is his first season starting.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna keep him. You can't just go, hey, you had a bad.
You see, I don't.
You had a bad rookie season. Like,
see, I don't think so.
They're gonna keep him probably.
They're gonna
just
keep him
as like a backup in case their rookie next year gets hurt or sucks.
They won't draft a quarterback.
So I don't think.
And if they do, it's going to be in the way later rounds.
Why not?
I don't think they're going
Bo
to.
Nix will be there in the mid first. What's his name? JJ McCarthy. Those are both.
JJ McCarthy makes sense in like the 4th round or something.
4th round. JJ McCarthy's a top 15 pick, man.
Oh.
Would you, if you were Falcons GM, looking at free agency, you're in free agency, and you see a guy that's been linked to in trade rumors with Kirk Cousins?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't.
Why not?
Kirk Cousins doesn't follow the Falcons timeline at all.
And
you're going to get him for like a year and a huge amount of money.
Schmimeline, man. Desmond Ritter.
Schmimeline. I think you got to roll.
Ritter.
You can't just have a guy start.
You're also
for a
talking
season.
to
Kyle Pitts is going to be on year 3.
big Desmond Ritter guy right
here. You can't just start for a season. Okay, you did ass, whatever, and then you're just like, I don't want to play with you no more.
That's exactly
after one season.
Yeah,
come on, you have to at least give
17 games.
You have to at least
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is different. He just kept getting hurt. He was out of there. Trey Lance was going to be shit anyway. It don't matter.
That's a lot of money out of the owner's pocket.
I'm saying you keep him for the rest of the season, whatever.
Yeah,
because they're still in the division hunt. It's not like they're out of it. So I think they're still going to be good. They're going to start with him next season, and then you go, oh, yeah, he might be shit.
So
or they're going to put Taylor fucking Heineke in for the rest of the season.
How old is Desmond Ritter?
He's like 23.
He's 24.
24.
So
same age as me.
So he has
still young.
That's my guy.
He has 1,380 yards, 6 TDs, 6 interceptions, with a 40 QBR.
All right, his QBR is shit.
25th in the league.
His QBR is
25th in the league.
Whoa.
Wow.
Putty.
Let me look at this Falcons schedule really quick.
I think
he's got all the weapons. Go ahead.
If we're being
trade for Justin Fields.
I think we swap quarterbacks. I wouldn't mind it.
Stop.
Is that an
you guys
improvement,
get
though?
Caleb Williams.
Justin Fields and Desmond Ritter are two.
I'm still in on Justin Fields.
Are you?
I am. He just got hurt. I can't be out.
Listen, phenomenal job. You guys just wanted to tank harder.
Fuck that.
Having Justin Fields sit the rest of the game, that's next level.
Dislocated.
Savvy move.
Dislocated
for
throwing hand.
organization.
He couldn't. He's
not could have won that game.
He ain't even playing next week. That's how hard we're tanking.
Savvy.
So mad. With
veteran move from a veteran tanking team.
Yes.
We know what to do. But
you guys been there before.
Desmond Ritter, I don't think that they're just gonna be like, okay, fuck this, and we're gonna take a quarterback. I think that they're gonna maybe go with him because Arthur Smith really likes Desmond Ritter, but he also really liked Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. We had a whole series about Marcus Mariota and the Falcons.
I think they're gonna keep him for another year. Because at least as a backup, maybe they draft a younger guy just to maybe like scare Desmond Ritter, and just be like, "Hey, this guy's here." Like, I don't think they'll sign a veteran or anything. That doesn't get them anywhere.
I think Bo Nix. I don't know why. I can picture him being an Atlanta Falcon. Like,
I think if they were.
Fuck, they might go trade for Malik Willis.
He might be older than Desmond Ritter.
If they could, I think if they took if they took like a flyer 1 year on Kirk Cousins, whatever, right? If they were to take the route of signing a veteran, I think
Kirk Cousins would be like Matt Ryan in Indianapolis. Shit, like it would be bad. Like, tell me that doesn't make sense.
Losing Justin Jefferson and a scheme that you've been familiar with for 10+ years, or however long he's been there, 6 years, feels like it's been a lot longer. I
think any team that signs Kirk Cousins is just wanting to be mid.
He's been in the league for 10+.
Yeah,
just after he was with Washington.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Falcons aren't. Desmond Ritter's just not.
Ritter cannot be it. They're not going to sign anybody.
I think that if they're going to address the quarterback position, it's in the draft.
Yes, definitely.
They have too much talent on this team.
Jonnu Smith, #1 receiver on this fucking team.
Exactly. Come on.
No, it's Drake London. He teed up last week.
And Kyle Pitts, man, fancy owner.
Finally scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, great. He was the 4th overall pick.
Yeah.
He should be their leading receiver by a large margin, especially with the talent
Drake London
has. Yeah. Drake London was the 9th pick, so I guess that's.
They're gonna go get like Zach Wilson or something. He looked fly in a fucking Falcons jersey. He looked good.
So what we've learned is that some quarterbacks are just not it.
Some quarterbacks are just not playing up to par.
Some quarterbacks will never play up to par.
And some quarterbacks are very disappointing this season.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that came out this weekend was Aaron Rodgers.
God.
Walking around, throwing the football.
No.
What are we feeling about it?
No.
Yeah, I saw the video. He was not putting any weight.
Yeah, he's
on
not.
That foot.
Aaron Rodgers definitely just not having crutches just because he doesn't want to use them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's
not that he doesn't have them, or he doesn't. It's not like he doesn't have a boot. He just chooses not to put it on.
Still has borderline step 2 gait.
Yes.
So at this point, it's like what 30, a little bit over 30 something days after he tore it, and for somebody that's really just walking around, boot or not, even just walking around from an Achilles injury.
I don't even think Robert Sala's that stupid to let him play a football game after that.
Well, by the time that Aaron Rodgers said by like playoffs, if they make the playoffs in general, that would be like months from now.
They're not going to make the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
You never know.
And even then, did you want a guy who
you
can only put 75% of his weight down on his leg? Because that's what
just for him to get sacked. Yeah. You think that these defenses are going to take it easy on him just because he tore his ACL or tore his Achilles? No. Whoever is coming, pause. Whoever coming, go take him down.
So you're both in the camp of even if Aaron Rodgers is 80%.
Fuck no. What? Does he want to play ever again?
He's 80% coming back from a total Achilles tear at 30.
You see how long it took
years old?
Kevin Durant, and this motherfucker just running up and down the court.
I will say that because Stephen A was talking about it today when I listened to it. He was saying that the whole basketball to football player tearing Achilles is two different things. There's a lot more movement in basketball compared to football for a quarterback.
Yeah, and those guys are also in phenomenally better shape than Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah.
The average NBA bench warmer is probably in 5 times better shape than Aaron Rodgers.
I understood his point of view on it compared to basketball player you're playing.
Yeah, he's probably doing more running.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's more sudden movements, and that's what Shannon Sharp.
But you still have to make sudden movements. It's not like the Jets O-line is good.
No,
this.
That's true.
This O-line, this O-line, this is the reason he got hurt.
Yeah.
Is because of the O-line. So if he has to make these quick cuts and everything, and Aaron Rodgers will run out of the pocket and get a first down. I don't know. I just think I don't even know why we're talking about it.
It's still the same mechanism. You're still flexing your foot and ankle the same exact way. It just depends on if you're on hardwood or grass.
I think he's just trying to be different. Yeah. And be I can do this.
No,
I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. They fuck around in a wild card game, and I look at my phone and I see Aaron Rodgers is set to play.
I'd be holy shit, Aaron Rodgers just got hurt again. I'd be
wow, the Jets somehow made the playoffs.
I'd be Wilson. How the fuck did the Jets make the playoffs?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to believe it until I see it. But this does... If anything, it
holy
makes
shit,
you feel...
3 teams from that division made the playoffs.
It makes you think better for next year if you're a Jets fan.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, I feel worse. I'm no, I don't want my guy risking injury again just for a wild card game that they're definitely going to lose.
Just for you guys to not win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was oh yeah, I'm going to come back and we're going to make the Super Bowl run. No, the Jets are not.
Because they're not even a finished product this season. They still have holes in the offensive line they need to fix. They still... receivers outside of Garrett Wilson. I mean,
yeah.
I think next year was always the year because
I think it is
because even I always bring it up. Even with Aaron Rodgers, you could have still been the same record you were because for some reason the Jets' schedule for the start of the season was fucking crazy.
Yeah, next year is it.
Yeah. Another thing we've learned is about the Browns having a special defense. This also gets into my point about disappointments for the year. It's Deshaun Watson. Even though he's been hurt, even when he was
personally that he sucks. I love it.
Isn't it a disappointment though?
It's not a disappointment.
I think it's just I'm glad. I think it's just mid. He's just having a mid season. He's missed 2 games already.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a disappointment. We gave him a pass last year because he came back in the middle of the season, and now you obviously don't have Chubb. But this is Deshaun Watson was him before.
I don't know if I call it
showed up and everything else.
I don't know if I call it a disappointment because that's going. It's not like this dude is just playing absolute fucking garbage.
No, he's
you're saying. So he's missed 2 games. So what are we 6 games in now? 5 games in.
6. They haven't had their.
What's their record?
3-3.
3-3. So you missed 2 games, you go 1-1. Then you put up a stinker against the Steelers. Then he shit on I can't remember who they played. They played someone. He played very good. It was Jerome Ford's first game starting after. I think it was the game after the Steelers.
Jerome Ford.
So I don't think he's a disappointment by any means because they're still 500. If they were 1-5 right now and had even 2-4 that's maybe a disappointment, but I think that division's still easily up for grabs. I think they're all 3-3.
So
And the Steelers might be the Steelers might be 3-3 too. So I wouldn't consider it a disappointment.
So his stats this season, obviously he's missed the 2 games. He has 678 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 46.7 QBR.
Yeah, I mean, missing 2 games, I can't.
He doesn't. But when he was playing, even with Chubb, he did not look anything close to what Deshaun Watson was.
Well, yeah, he barely played fucking football.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, from a disappointment
He's not
standpoint,
gonna be Texans Deshaun Watson ever again. He won't be. He's not gonna get to that level.
For somebody making that much money, that's why I think it's a disappointment.
I don't think so. I think it's just a mid. I think he's just gonna have a mid year. I don't think it's gonna be disappointing. I think they're just gonna be mid. The Browns are just gonna be mid.
Myles Garrett deserves better than that.
He's always deserved better.
So he should request a trade immediately. They should have done it as soon as they signed.
He might retire as a
Deshaun
I
Watson.
mean, with that contract, there's just no way he's going to play up to it.
No, you can't.
Stupid contract for
that's a
fully
crazy contract.
guaranteed. There's no way he was ever going to be Texans Deshaun Watson.
There's one quarterback that was ever going to play up to that. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Is there ever a worse organization in sports? Just top to bottom, just makes the dumbest decisions.
The Browns?
Always, yes. In any sport, consistently messes up.
They should have never got rid of Baker.
Should have never got rid of Baker. Drafted Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
drafted all these guys. They went 0-17. They are just consistently the worst franchise in sports. It's hilarious.
I don't know, the Hornets.
The Hornets are pretty bad too.
Damn.
Hornets, they
everything bad happens to the Hornets.
Yeah, but the Browns, they've been doing it for longer.
Yeah.
And they're getting what's coming to them.
Their defense looks like their defense is so good. Special.
Yeah, they're lucky
they're still 3-3. I mean, they're not.
I saw PJ Walker out there making some.
They're not.
PJ Walker. I'd start him the rest of the year.
Nasty throw.
PJ Walker should be in a Bears jersey right now.
Tough ass throw.
I'd rather start PJ Walker the rest of the year. I think he gives them an equally decent shot to win. And I don't know. He's not.
You don't mean that.
I can't stand Deshaun Watson. The fact that he's allowed to play NFL football.
It is crazy. That
pisses
all
me
that.
Come on. You don't get that many accusations without something being wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't care if he got technically proven innocent in the eyes of the league or he's still ongoing, so he still has to play. I don't care. He should not be allowed to play. It's ridiculous.
Another thing we did learn was, it's more of a question of, are the Cowboys back?
Yeah,
they're back.
I don't know if they were. Bad loss to a good team.
They're always the same.
Yeah, we kind of knew that they were going to lose.
Was the 49ers ass whipping that they put on them, are you shocked that it happened?
Yeah, everybody should be shocked. It was that bad, yeah.
That's true.
But, the 49ers just winning that game, no. 49ers are better than the Cowboys. So, the 49ers, it's death taxes 49ers beat the Cowboys. 49ers just always beat the Cowboys. So, I don't know. I think they'll be fine. Yeah. I think they got their win back. What are you, 4-2 now?
Mm-hmm. Got their swagger back.
Yeah, you got your swag back.
It was a tough win.
CD looked good. Dak looked really good. And
Chargers have an underrated defense.
Chargers defense very underrated,
especially that pass rush. Khalil Mack, what did he have? 5 sacks against who was it? The Raiders or somebody?
I think so, or 7.
7?
It might have been 6 or 7.
Yeah, he went
because he had 0 going into that week.
Khalil Mack he's still an absolute monster, and you have to game plan for him, and he makes your life as a quarterback more difficult. So Dak Prescott, he played well.
I think the Cowboys are fine.
Yeah.
His only incompletions were to Michael Gallup.
And
that's fucking crazy.
With the Eagles looking kind of shaky and actually losing a game, especially to the Jets, I don't know, they're kind of licking their chops a little bit. Maybe this division might not, maybe they could actually win it.
Well, because they still got to play the Eagles. And then after they get a bye.
Eagles twice.
Yeah, they get a bye, and then they come out and play the Rams and Eagles in their first 2 games after the bye, which Rams are going to play everybody fucking tough.
That'll be a good game.
Eagles keep playing crappy like this,
Yeah. It's just, we'll figure out who the Cowboys are when they hit their tough stretch at the end of the year, which is good that they did pick up this one against the Chargers and move to 4-2 instead of 3-3 with the 2 games, because you could fuck around, split both of those games, lose to the Rams, and then or whatever happens. Then they get a stretch to end the year where you got the Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, and Lions. So they have a tough ass stretch because I don't think they're going to win the division just because I think the Eagles are still just better. And I think it does suck that Jalen Hurts, like, you're showing how much it does help affect you losing your OC and their DC from last year. Because we touched on it earlier with Herbert and his whole coaching situation. But that division, it could be up for grabs, but I just don't see the Eagles just dropping another game because they do have an insane schedule now.
Yeah.
So it could possibly be. I don't know. Eagles could easily just be like how the Cowboys just had that loss and they just bounced back. Because I'm not really too worried about the Niners' loss or the Eagles' loss like that. Like, the Niners and Eagles also played like 2 out of the top 3 defenses like in all of football. Even though like they don't really have the best offenses with their quarterbacks, like they still tough ass defenses.
I'd be more worried about the Niners than the Eagles, just because
injuries.
Yeah, fuck.
But they said McCaffrey's gonna be fine.
Said he's probably gonna play Monday.
They have so many weapons, whatever. But like, yeah, when everything kind of hit the fan, yeah, Hurts looked rough, but Purdy looked awful.
He looked bad.
He looked absolutely.
He didn't have a completion in like the second half until like the fourth quarter.
He looked like a 7th round pick. Like,
He played like shit, and then turned up when he had to, and then his kicker just fucking missed.
Yeah.
He drove them all the way downfield, and then chip shot, 30-something yarder. See ya.
This is also like, because I'm on both sides of the Brock Purdy argument. I think he has to go out there and make the throws, but this is a point in time where they kind of look just like a regular NFL team for once without CMC, and it came down to Brock Purdy having to make the plays.
He barely had over 100 yards. He had a touchdown and a pick, and he got them into field goal range. He did all he could at the end. He did what he could.
He did all he could
at the end. That's what I'm saying. When you get the final, like, here we go. Like, this is... we're going to go win this motherfucker.
He would have driven them down for a touchdown, right?
There was like 30 seconds left. They were going for the win.
It's possible. Very possible.
They weren't going for a touchdown. That Moody kid, I feel bad for him. His whole family was in the crowd.
Yeah, that's a tough kick to miss. I'm just saying. He looked absolutely
he looked bad.
tremendous.
I'm not arguing that. He looked bad.
Yeah.
Like, this is a word. Like, I don't know. To me...
I almost took his yards, too. Good thing I didn't. That shit would be crazy.
Hey, maybe it's possible he's not, like, the golden child.
His first loss. Yeah. Or first starter, like 11-1 or something now.
Yeah. CMC's first loss with the Niners in the regular season.
That's crazy.
But you lose your, I guess, best receiver.
Debo got hurt. Your all-pro left tackle got hurt. And then McCaffrey gets hurt.
Trent Williams did finish the game.
Yeah.
His foot.
Yeah.
He's so fucking fat. It probably does hurt.
So they do have a game against the Vikings,
He's scary,
which CMC's scheduled to play.
Trent Williams about to smoke.
Yeah.
He'll bite anybody.
Yeah.
With those injuries and Purdy showing like that he really does need those guys a bit more than we thought, then I think the Eagles might have the jump long term. If
Brock Purdy's with that situation, you're always going to need those guys.
I need to see the 49ers Eagles play. I need to see it. An NFC Championship, I need it. I fiend for it.
Healthy.
That's going to be a fun
both teams fully healthy, I fiend for it.
That's what everybody thinks until it's Niners and Lions. That shit gets wicked. I'd be if the Lions and Niners met in the championship.
Oh, we're Lions fans.
Oh, I'd be the biggest Lions
We're Lions fans.
Oh my god.
I think America is Lions fans.
It's kind of fun to not have a rooted interest in the playoffs because I know the Pats are making it.
Yeah, look at us. Us three making the playoffs.
Listen, we're not dead. Okay.
We
beat the Niners.
Just accept it. It's so much easier.
No, I've already accepted it.
Kirk Cousins might just fake an injury if you guys lose to the 49ers.
We're going to lose. It's not an if. We're going to lose.
You guys are going to lose.
I don't care. We're at home.
You guys.
If we win.
No. There's no.
Don't do that if we win
you guys
stuff,
had Justin Jefferson, maybe. Maybe.
We don't even win with Justin Jefferson.
That defense, bro, they're going to kill you. They might beat you guys, and they're coming off a loss, too.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you guys could have happen.
It's no way they lose back-to-back to the Browns and the Vikings, right?
They might drop 50 points on you guys.
They're not dropping 50 points.
It's possible.
It's going to be 31
Tell me
to
it's
7.
not possible.
It's going to be 31 to 7.
31 to 7.
I think it'd be 40, I think Cowboys, numbers, 40, to 14.
The Cowboys just came into that game soft, and then the Niners just ran it up on their ass.
If they get in, if McCaffrey's playing, Brandon Ayuk might go for 300 yards on y'all ass.
We'll see.
George Kittle going to have his game because it's prime time.
I don't know.
He's got to show out for his boy Hawk.
Yep.
It's time for us to get out. We got to... Another thing that
It's over,
I put was
we learned that Kirko's staying put. That's what we learned.
He said he wouldn't accept he wouldn't take the thing.
That just makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like
he doesn't want to go to the Jets.
You don't put a no trade clause in there for you to
for no reason.
Yeah, so it's just to the point now where we need to still have the same like set in stone plan for like we just lost to the Bears.
Yeah,
that's how we need to act.
Should have lost to the Bears.
Yes, we should have lost. That's how we need to act because we have Danielle Hunter playing some of the best ball of his career.
He had a couple sacks against us.
Yeah, he's leading the league in sacks right now. The only team that I've seen, like, he obviously has, and it's been said that we're listening to all offers on Danielle Hunter and KJ Osborne.
Why KJ, though?
I think we're not going to bring him back.
I think you should just keep him. Like, what?
Because he's a free agent this year.
I'd bring him back.
I would, too,
I think you could have that triple.
Cheap.
That three right there, Addison, Osborne, and Jefferson, like that. That needs to be your set in stone.
I think it should be, but they were fielding offer because KJ Osborne can go. We and my dad were talking about. I was like, KJ Osborne go fuck around, be the number one for the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
So like he could go a lot of places and be like
Rashid Rice, baby.
So it's definitely interesting. I think if we have that mindset of we just lost to the Bears and really look at the trade deadline coming up in 2 weeks, I think we can get a first for Danielle Hunter. Honestly,
no,
maybe a second,
a third at best.
You think a third? I think we can get a second.
He's how old? In his 30s?
29.
And he's on a fucking crazy, or he's only on a 1 year, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, a first round.
A 1 year though, I don't think people are giving up a first round pick unless they sign him.
I think you could. He's somebody that you could sign.
Third, even
a first round might be too much.
NFL trades are just they devalue players so much because you never know what's going to happen. You know, first round picks are a bit more guaranteed and they're cheaper. So first round pick for a player.
The one person I have seen
even traded for a first.
No.
Yeah,
the one team I have seen circling just Vikings like Twitter and everything is the Jags for Danielle Hunter.
That makes sense.
He would help them a lot.
I think that would put the Jags defense in like a different tier.
Yeah, let's Josh Allen do more linebacker stuff so that Trayvon Walker and Danielle Hunter can do the pass rush.
I think Danielle
Josh Allen.
It's just Danielle Hunter. He's somewhere you can definitely send to a contender for any sort of draft capital helps.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even tripping about if it's a first, second, or third. Any kind of draft capital helps for a team that's going to go into this retool / rebuild phase. And it's more so like the only thing that worries me now. I want to be bad. I want to get a higher draft pick, but for fuck's sake, when am I going to wake up and I see Justin Jefferson signed to $1 billion? Like, it's just, like when is that going to happen? That's the only thing that worries me. Like, I don't care about if we're bad. I've accepted the fact that we're bad. We want to get our quarterback. It's paired with Kevin O'Connell for the future. I understand that. But you lose it for nothing if you don't sign Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
You're not. I don't care what draft capital. If you like trade him or do whatever, you're not gonna get and find a gem like Justin Jefferson in the draft, no matter how many fucking picks you get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that stand. So.
Oh no, absolutely. The Vikings should, by all accounts, sign him to whatever money he wants.
Yeah.
But will they? Because as we've discussed, the people who run NFL franchises are dumb.
Are stupid. Yeah.
The Chargers, an NFL franchise, the LA Chargers, are cheap.
Yeah.
You're an NFL franchise.
Multi-billion
You're
dollars.
keeping a coach because you don't want to spend more money.
Yeah.
Right. So they're like,
they're stupid.
Well, we trust our scouting department, and maybe we think we can hit on this receiver out of Texas Tech.
No.
He's so fast, and he's got good hands. He can be the next Jettas. We'll just just trade Jettas.
We actually
draft this guy.
We actually should send
that's a conversation I could see happening.
We could send a thank you letter to the Chargers because in the draft they took Quentin Johnson before Jordan Addison, and Quentin Johnson has not looked good at all for the Chargers, especially in kind of more of a because they did have Mike Williams. Mike Williams gets hurt. You expect your first round draft pick wide receiver to kind of take a step up, and then Jordan Addison's been hooping. And he only had that one dud game, and that was more so just because he just didn't get the ball. He was barely targeted all game. But, I don't know. I've also, to kind of wrap up the episode, I've also kind of heard some shit about how much do you think Caleb Williams' game against Notre Dame affects his draft stock?
None.
You don't think so? You think he's still the number one?
This man could go. He could go throw fucking 3 interceptions next week, and he's still going to be number one.
Drake May's not better than Caleb Williams.
Neither's Bo Nix. Neither's Penix.
It's also
none of these guys are better.
It's not so much about how they perform is just who they are as people. And Caleb Williams has an arm better than half of the NFL, regardless of if he used that arm to throw 3 picks or 7 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he still has it.
I've also seen, like, you've also talked about it, like, if the Patriots were to get the number 1 pick or whatever, that you don't think they would take Caleb Williams.
Oh, no.
Bill Belichick making the decision.
Trading back.
Bill Belichick would, like, just for some reason you guys wouldn't take Caleb Williams.
You guys would take
they trade the pick like almost immediately. As soon as this, like, the Super Bowl ends and, like, the trade window opens, Patriots trade the number 1 overall pick to...
There was that picture
Cardinals.
of, like, the cartoons, like, pulling on the jersey. Mm-hmm. It's like, it was us 3, and then the Raiders coach.
Yeah.
All pulling on the jersey.
There was a meme where it was like, oh, Patriots fans, like, oh, we finally got the first overall pick. It'd be great. And Bill Belichick's like, ooh, long snapper from Navy, go burr.
See, for you guys, if you guys were to trade back, it wouldn't be... I'm trying to, like, make it seem like
it wouldn't be the Raiders or something.
It wouldn't be horrendous to where, like, if you were, like, say you guys traded back and, like, picked up weapons and then you just took Drake May, and then with that defense
Drake
already,
May seems like a quarterback that y'all would take.
Patriots
or Bo Nix.
The number 1 overall pick and a chance to get
you better take Caleb Williams.
You guys might be the only team that would trade back.
Yeah, they probably would. And
I know.
I have watched a lot of the draft is probably my favorite NFL thing that exists. So I've watched a lot of the Patriots, and their methodology is always quantity over quality, because you can, like, well, quality matters, but, like, if you have more attempts at getting picks, it's better than better attempts. So they like to have, like, a bunch of, like, 3rd and 4th rounders who statistically only have a 2% less chance of turning into somebody good, so they just... That's what they do. But Caleb freaking Williams...
See, okay. Like...
No.
I'm putting it into, like, the same, like... I don't believe... Like, not talking about the Caleb Williams, or just talking about Bill Belichick in general. Mm-hmm. Like Greg Popovich, your head coach should not have so much influence when it comes to picking personnel in a draft.
They've especially recently done a terrible job of building their offense. But... he's historically done a very good job of building the team.
It's just more in the recent years.
Yeah.
It's been a bunch of duds.
And there's been some misses, too. I mean, it's not his fault. Juju Smith-Schuster's knee decided to give out, and Jacoby Myers...
Or will give out.
I'll put the Jacoby Myers thing on y'all.
That, like, they should have... They chose Juju over Jacoby, and that ended up biting them in the ass.
Because Jacoby's playing good.
Is Jacoby this nice? Or
was
he always this nice, or was it just, the workload he's getting?
Jacoby's been decent. He's a good second receiver.
Patriots...
He's the one right now?
He was the Patriots number 1 for a while.
He getting workload like he the one.
Stop.
Because Devontae Adams is getting double teamed.
Because Devontae Adams got blit up.
Yeah.
Jimmy G wants to kill Devontae Adams.
And that's the thing, too. Bill Belichick is still a great coach. He took Devontae Adams completely out of the game.
Yeah.
It's just the Patriots don't have a very good football team, so they lost.
See, it sucks because...
That's also true.
I think you guys are fine. I think this is a year
You think the Patriots are fine?
For the future, yeah.
For the future, maybe.
I think you guys needed
big question mark at QB for me.
I think you guys needed this year to, like, just be bad. And, like, for you be bad this year so you can kind of hope you get out of the mid-tier of teams in the future with getting a quarterback.
There's just too many holes for this to be more than a 1-year thing.
Yeah. You're, like, in the realm of with the Vikings.
I think the Patriots are worse than the Vikings.
Yeah, they are.
I think by a pretty... I don't know, Nick.
Damn, y'all that bad.
What's your stance on the status of the Patriots?
I think you guys suck.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
And I think Bill Belichick is not going to catch Shula's record.
I think he will. I think he will. He's just going to coach for like 10 more years to do it.
It's to the point where you don't get rid of Bill Belichick unless he wants to be done.
Yeah, he's going to get the loss record.
I just don't agree.
I
still just don't agree with that.
You don't think Robert Kraft will keep Belichick on until you think he'll fire him before that?
I think he could. If you guys are in line to get if you guys are bad enough to be in line for the number 1 pick,
the Patriots.
I think there is a possibility that
they used to suck Like they used to be the laughing stock of the NFL in the
we
70s,
beat you guys
80s,
like
and
80-0 in the Super Bowl.
yeah, 46-0. That's where the 46 defense comes from.
Dead ass?
Yeah, dead ass. It's
Wow.
the 46 points they hung on the Patriots. The Patriots, they have historic
William Perry
for the
touchdown.
longest time were just terrible. And when Robert Kraft owned them, even like for a few years, they just were bad. So this recent them being this dynasty team for older NFL fans, that's a foreign concept. And now them seeing the Patriots be bad for us who knew the Patriots is Tom Brady and all them, it's crazy concept. But Robert Kraft knows what it was like for the Patriots to suck. So I don't know. I think he might keep Belichick on until Belichick decides.
If Belichick got fired,
he won't get fired.
And
he gets scooped up so quick.
In a world where he would get fired, I don't think there would be an NFL coaching job for a mid team that would be safe.
Yeah, no,
he won't get fired.
He won't. But
it's just like Popovich. They just pick when they want to be done.
Bill Belichick working with Justin Herbert out in LA and Khalil Mack and that group. Oof, that would be fun.
Or you guys just go get Justin Herbert.
Right.
Sure, he wants to leave LA and all that
after
money
he's got a bag
and go play in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Who
throw to Kendrick Bourne?
You could be the Panthers and not have a first round pick.
They have the worst situation. Absolutely, and they're I think
we won both sides.
So it was DJ Moore
and the first pick for our first pick. That's what it was
last year.
Yeah, because then they took Bryce Young.
Okay. I was like, how the fuck did the Bears get...
They basically gave away Bryce Young's number one weapon and then their future.
Yeah.
And said, hey, Bryce Young. And, Bryce Young hasn't looked like shit. No. He's just on the Panthers. It is what it is. They tried to put some weapons around him. It's not working.
Well, it's just Adam Thielen, really.
Their defense is not playing good. They're getting mollywopped by some of these teams. And so... He wasn't supposed to get in there and be like, okay... we're going to go make the playoffs. Yeah. No, that's not what was supposed to happen. No. So, yeah, them not having a first-round pick does suck.
Because with all the teams that were in the line for the pick, Marvin Harrison was just perfect pick for the Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now, even then, the Panthers, if you wanted to put possibly more weapons, you could have just traded back with that pick because they're going to be top fucking 3 pick. And the Bears are going to have 1 and 2, probably. So
they suck.
Yeah. But...
So did we learn that the Patriots are the worst team in the NFL this week?
I'd say so. It's either you guys or the Panthers.
It's pretty close.
The Broncos are so bad.
I'd take the Broncos in a heartbeat over any of these teams.
The Broncos are so bad.
I would take the Broncos. I think the Broncos might kill y'all.
Okay. I don't know about that. We're talking a Big Ten killing where it's 17-3.
Uh-huh.
It's a real walloping. It's unders all around. But that I don't know. Patriots say.
I think y'all. Oh no, never mind. I thought y'all played the Broncos
no.
Oh
soon.
my god.
Y'all don't.
The crowd goes mild. No, thank you.
But you guys want to wrap it up there?
That seems like a good place to do it.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Barrel Talk Podcast. Hope to see you tune in a future episode.